PvP Discord folds and getting the ladder. I think you can find some great players also in there. And that goes for everybody. Now, codeds. PSSS is the hardest matchup I have here. Because if I try to go for a follow-up from a jumping at R1, they can mesh and beat me on the out trade. So not only need the call to put a stop to them, but I need also to not go for follow-ups unless it's Berlin and they panic roll, then they got the Q. Sorry, the Q input. Not only that, they can reaction jump my jumps on them. And here I go for a double roll because I'm not sure for the backswings. So it is somewhat of a hard matchup, but it's something I welcome. Not only because Restless is a friend. Also here, we use the long jump. Unlucky. That's not the direction I wanted to jump. Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay, you can do a challenge and get me on that then. Need to watch out because you can get those HPs back with the casting cloth. But he has the lead. Yeah, he has the health lead here. So I need to not think that I'm in a somewhat of advantage. Because I'm not. And I need to play my cards in a much better way. And the thing about these weapons that they can hit you very easily. Because one of their attacks happens. I wanted to jump. Sorry, I wanted to aim it upward. Watch out here. A bit slow on that. Didn't roll it. Now we were lucky here. We still have our tiers. I'm gonna keep this to avoid getting tier procced. Very lucky on my side. But what happened just here? And now I don't think I'll have the chance to go for a blue without getting punished, so... He got momentum on the... Yeah, you see what just happened. I got the meter, so I should have done the right push damage for that. Very risky what I did here. And now I cannot attack because you'll get the... You'll get the... How is it called? The Godsend Crop. Yeah. It's a very difficult matchup, this one. And thankfully my game needs escape frames. And the best thing I can do here is... let's say I'm an attorney and I need to change weapons, because of course if you have a hard counter it's very difficult unless you massively skill gap your opponent, but in tournaments that's not gonna happen, not because of you, but because of circumstances of the challenge going on. Yeah, you got some HPs back there. Uh-oh. Also, all these jumps that I do can also be red, of course. The same could happen for him. But his ones are a bit more safe, must admit. And I feel a bit more reclusant to not go for those. Now I need to pay attention because 2L1s could kill me here if I'm not careful. But I'm more confident in the cold carrying me other than on the rest. Backswing here. So another one of those mix-ups that, for luckily speaking, going for all that scenario didn't cause my... Oh my. Didn't cause my health bar to be decimated. Sometimes you'll get the more for the backswing than for the rest. Ooh. Very sweaty. Very sweaty. Oh yeah, with C you can just make it in 15 minutes. Take your time. No worries. We can do another match after that. Be sure to also read the rules and all, because it's quite long. Whew. Oh, hold on. I need to get the weapon back. Let's go. I had to remove the weapon because you don't want to start with a free buff. Okay. Now, something I could do here is also the Crimson Scraps, because they can... Because they can chip their poise as I approach them, and that can help. Now, I'll be honest, it takes... Regarding player stamina, so how much you take to get tired, I'll honestly say that setup I'm using now is a bit more tiresome than playing PSSS, but I don't want to make it... But I don't want to put the Hand of Fire and be 100% to 100% convince you on that. Like, yes and no in the end. I only went for the mesh because of the core proc, otherwise that could have been a mistake. He calculated the range right, And as you can see, I've had to become a lot more passive. And it's not the super and most... I had the right guess. Oh, damn it. I wanted to have a secret blade here, but it's okay. It's okay. You got the Millicent going on, so... Wonderful. Okay. He has got 2 hits on me, so Godskin Croft should arrive soon. He angled the jump to avoid the same mistake twice. Missed. GG. Uh-oh. Lol. And sometimes these shenanigans happen. Maybe I could have spammed there, but I think I only... Ooh, cheap. He cheaped my health. Uh-oh. Oh my god. Oh, what the fuck just happened here? You could hear that I somewhat hit him, but thankfully he rolled it, because I'm sure it would have dealt massive damage to him too. I think I got the void tech. Oh no, I don't want that to happen. Well, maybe, no, not necessarily, because I got the cool proc, so no, that was not a void tech. Void tech would have dealt much more. I think I simply got the cool proc on it, I'm not sure. Oops. Let me ask, just in case. I think that Mira is Malding that I'm using. Next stream post 3 ore per aprile Twitch. Yeah, so what happened is that I made a setting to make sure that only verified phone accounts can interact with the chat, because you never know within bots and within some malicious players, people and all. So I only set it to be able to be available, to had 6 months for the email and 3 months if they followed or something. Let's get the fuck out of here. Okay. Backsphinx Phantom proc, not the best thing ever, but yeah, those are insane on the range. Like, I don't deny it. Ooh. A bit slow. It's okay. Get always more distance within your rolls, because you don't want to give them freeze wings. Like, you don't want to give those phantom hits because you know that you just give them the cloth proc. Maybe I exaggerated on that. But now he went more on the aggressive because he wants to find space for the... Oh, got lucky there. Sorry, got distracted for a sec. Oh. And wow, we already did this without the crow and spear. I'm dead. Like, those hits I did are more for creating space rather than for anything else. Was this one? Yeah. This was more to create range. Okay. I don't expect to whiff points as much with this because the HTS R1 is a somewhat of a... I'm an idiot. Is a frame 18 attack, like the Night Sword is. Or proc different story. You got some phantom? No, don't finish stamina there, because if you do, you're dead. It's also on red feather branch. I'm dead. Uh-oh. Maybe you can do it. Oh, that would have been a good one. None of us is going to try to space those attacks because we all need a backswing anyway. Like, what this does is important because he knows that I have to change the camera and with the thumb because I use the same thumb for it. Unlucky. So the thing about the status proc is that it has the same logic. It has the same logic of breaking poise. It deletes your input. So what it did was also trying to measure one. Okay, 1 sec. Okay. So what it did was also trying to measure one because he knew he could have had priority. But I think that the core proc deleted this input. He didn't have the chance to continue. Oh, that was sweaty. Okay, we are at 2-0 for me, I think. Maybe it's better. Wait, maybe it's better if I drink before I die. The Italian community cannot afford this. Whoever insane HTS player. Passive HTS player cannot be super fun to go against, but thank you though. It is very difficult because there are some aggressions that I know I cannot do. Oh, like these that I missed. Like that's what I meant. Early hit. But it's what he should have done, and I'm glad that he did. Like, what he's going to adjust now is trying to apply more pressure because he knows that I cannot like jump out of like point blank jump away from him. Wow, this is nasty. Like, you see what he did, right? What he did was turning his right. Yeah, his right to my left. To I tried to get him here. No. He's also trying to get me with the first frame of the strike sword, and it's what you do because to get. I stop him. I think he expected this one. Thank you, Ares. Ares, what do you think that Mr. Sabaku made my name? Please, come on. Chi pensavi che io fossi? Come on. Come on. No, jokes aside. Thank you. I think the tier skipped him. Hate him just by looking. But yeah, no, the reason I am this passive is also because PSSS is a hard counter for me in this case. And I want to take it very safe. Like, I have a footage on my YouTube channel of me playing a tournament against lots of PSSS. And you can clearly see the mistakes that I made that led to the losses for my personal Duels, but not for the team, because for the team, it was a tag trio. So my teammates were able to compensate for my mistakes and I could compensate for theirs. It was a fantastic format, in fact. Quite a shame that because it requires so many players to organize. Lucky me. Lucky me. Also, I've learned not to do attacks for the sake of wishing them with this weapon and the camera angle. But the camera angle sometimes will make you believe that they are in range when they are not. Michele hasn't played PvP in a long while. More than 6 weeks, I think. And kind of a shame. But yeah, he is moving to Monza, so it's okay. E Michele, allora. Look aside. Oh! Good. We get out with the long jumps. Ooh. But yeah, I'm more of a duelist rather than from uninvaded, so that's why I perform sometimes super bad in invasions. But one of the skills of players that maybe some people like it or not is also being able to transfer your skills to the latency. So being able to read some stuff that's going to happen like 200 milliseconds earlier than normal. And a lot of people have difficulties at this, and I'm one of them, because of course the entire game is not what you are looking at right now. And so the part of I timed it. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm about to scream. And that's something that mostly favors read heavy players. But not necessarily though. Phantom procs. Also, if I were him, I will run Dew Talisman, Godskin Cloth, Cold Talisman, and then I don't know. Cold proc. I think I should have expected it happening. We're very close to the tier. Just in case we were not in range. Very lucky. Backswings. Music stopped and it's quite awkward, all of this. Always redirected to where they are going to roll. And you see why corners and corners are important. Because being able at the center is a skill. Like the fact that I'm handling this part of the map and I'm forcing him to corners and he will do with me, is a part of a skill that the game does not, it's not able to represent. In invasions, of course, you can't. because you have the entire open board, and it's understandable. But the Colosseums do not represent this side. It's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. It has nothing to do with being super veterans of the PvP or anything. It's just about, should be the basics. Uh-oh. Guess what happened? We both ended our tier. I need to set up for something. Oh, Cristo Santo! Never mind. Okay, it's 2-1. Don't remember. GG Restless. Oh, damn it! You see what happened there, right? Oops, you made a mistake. Red Feather, yeah, Red Feather Branch, PSSS. Oh my god. Restless, I don't remember the score, so if you could remind me also, in case. Chat, you're also free to count it. You're not going to float it anyway, so no problem with that. I don't remember if it is 2-1 or 3-1. I think I was a bit earlier with that. Ooh.
Hi, Mr. Chamberlain, and thanks for all you've tried to do. We welcome the new Prime Minister, Mr. Churchill.
Rainma, I think. Let me know if I pronounce it correctly. Thank you very much for the raid. Welcome all. Welcome all of you. We're hosting some duels here on the custom maps for PC on Elden Ring. I love akrish.com. Oh, let him alone. While the community is able to create a lot of what concerns the memes and all. Welcome. Thank you for the follow. Remember the timing that it has when he roars. Also, don't think that you have space those, because sometimes you simply haven't. Thank you kindly. Welcome. How was the stream? What were you doing? What were you playing? Oh, my run didn't enter there, and I was super afraid. Very lucky. Ouch. That's one of the 3 mistakes I can allow myself to do. One is at the very end, like I did earlier, and one was right now. Oh, I don't have the bundles with me. Hold on. Hi, I'm gone. What's up? Woo! Gotta get out of this. Maybe at the cold. I point it up because I'm not sure if he was going to jump or not. He's opening for some space for the... I missed him. Oh no. Now we early roll it because I don't want to give him the core proc. Sorry, the cloth. And that's what I mean when you have priority. Oh. I did it because I was point blank, and I'm sure he was never expecting something of that kind. Get out of the corner as fast as you can. Oh, oopsie. Yeah, I'm having more people that are having that problem. Tell her that I thank her for the raid. It was lovely. Welcome all. I assume you were doing Dark Souls 3 invasions, right? Oh, made a mistake here. Question: is our tier going to expire before? It did! Missed. I'm dead. I'm fucking dead here. Hi FK, welcome. Oh no, I can see him. Damn it, no, I hoped. Okay. I had a shot there, but Oh, after 2 months break. I wonder how the scene's changing in those months. Pelo! Hi, Yotan. What's up? Lucky core proc. What the fuck? It was 1-5? It was already 1-5? No! It was not 1-5. What are you talking about? Oh, what's the name, by the way? How are you all? How are you all? Hope you're all having a wonderful Tuesday. AFK the 2 monkey mesh. Oh my god. Okay, rounds 1. Was that really a 5-1 Restless? No, I don't think that was. Okay. We can do another one in case. There was a guy, Folds, who asked for a session. So if he's here, he just needs to yeah, let's go. If he's here, okay, no problem. We can go for another one, Restless. Monkey mashing out of what? Out of hits then. How many times? Multiple fucking times. How many times does it get priority? It gets priority every single fucking time. With its fucking brain that... I don't even remember all of it. Restless, if you could challenge. Yes, once again. Hi, Katsila. How are you? Did you do... Thank you. Because my PC is struggling so much to keep this. Accept challenge. Okay. I'm doing great. It has been a wonderful stream today. I can't complain. I've had a lot of people chatting, and also this created a wonderful scenario where there was a lot to talk. Now I only have the problem now to understand what kind of a highlight make out of it. Like, do I want to only keep the ladder matches? Do I want to only try to include all ladder matches? I feel the part where we discussed stuff during the stream. Editing is not my forte, not even remotely. Is there anything that I need here? No, I do not. Oh yeah, hold on. I need the bundles that I don't have. What the hell? Hold on. Oh, so he's no, never mind. Fuck the bundles. We're just crouching on the on the call anyway. Thank you, New Hollow. Welcome, welcome. Also, you have no idea how much the oh fuck. I didn't have okay, never mind. I'm an idiot. You have no idea how much the stream elements and Zagbot is helping me with the notification. Simply because the activity feed on my smartphone is not working properly. So it helps me a lot to stay in touch with who's following and all, because unlucky. Well, we got him with the bullet, so. Wonderful swap stock. What did you learn then? Excuse me, how much time you spent on Pontiff again? How many hours? I'm having a great gains from the... Oh, not what I wanted to achieve. Not that my greatest plan. Oof. Okay. 1-0. Okay, we always wait for the opponent to finish so that we can have the time to punish our flasks if we need to. I was expecting a jump right there. Ouch. I need to hit now. Passer will decide it anytime we host a challenge. When Xbox ladder, when Microsoft gives the promotion, of course. So what you do is that you'll challenge me, going on Slackbot / challenge somebody Toko, and we set a password after the chat is set. To watch out on the FPS, because jokes aside, I'm using a lot of chilling misses here and there. Got lucky here. Oops, cold run out. I need it. It's very annoying to play with that. I don't deny it. What's summon the Phantom proc? He knew I was about to punish it. He rolled that, but he got quite unlucky. Don't do what I tried to do here, which was a sprint roll, because sometimes you will just risk. I think I'm just going to expect this now, from now on. But I don't think I have better choices. It's very funny, because one of my regular jokes when I invade, like when I find players, ouch, that are doing nothing but crouching on cold procs, and so the hard counter is simply to not cure the cold, because they're just not cold procs, sorry, the procs trying to set up combos for anything. I'm an idiot. So the hard counter is to not heal the proc, because the only way to, ouch, set up damage is only with that. Now I can keep a bit more pressure because I know one hit. But don't try with those backswings. We get out. We get out with the long jumps. Don't worry, it's more for the mental rather than for the status, because he had already procced it. Also, please don't suggest me to go on intelligence build, because I'm going to cry in case. And I don't want to hear that part of the truth. Okay, now you may think that I have the upper end. I deproc the ultimate talisman status of Doom, and you don't want to play with that. Now I'll have to play with something so unconventional. Not even myself I could think after 10k hour of this game. And of course I hope to never reach. He's just setting up, guys, he's just setting up one and I'm dead. Oh! Don't worry. I could use Inkadare here, but it will only take around 2 hits to kill him. So I need to play my cards super well. Oh my god. Okay. I play around 2.3 thousand hours of Darkness 3. And I played 1.2k hours of Elden Ring, but on Elden Ring I have to admit that I did more stuff related to cinematics, not more, sorry. I did somewhat 3 complete runs because I wanted to dive into the lore, and it's what I did for a majority of my time. And then since I started doing more content, I also spent more time doing cinematics, making thumbnails, and that thing takes quite some time to set it up if you are like me, who doesn't have a proper and organized way to do so. Also, I love the nickname of Ingoblin F. Spell and spell casting too? Oh my god, Yota, no, please. You know what that means? No. Speaking about spells, we had a wonderful ladder match with Angress, who brought out some new stuff. The fact that I don't hear any music makes it super uncomfortable. Oh, okay. Yeah, 3 HP, but what you gotta do? Uh-oh. Unlucky. Or done. Don't think that. Oh, that was also damage without swapping talisman. Didn't have the chance to. But now I'm more afraid of getting tier procced. You don't hear the bells, right? Okay. If he had that read 1 second earlier, it would have been a super BG for me. Not my forte. Get out. Then we get in. Sting like a bee. Fly like a butterfly. Now one other read I could do here is when he's going to jump. When he goes for jumps and I go behind him. But it's so risky. It's just so risky. I think I did a miracle there. Only because I can't think he can. Okay, now this is going to be super hard. Yeah. Unlucky. Okay. Lucky red feather price damage. Oh no. Feels bad. Feels bad, man. What's the score, Restless? 3-0, that is. Or 3-1, don't remember. Also, why no music? Why no music, man? Let's go. Oh! Yeah, this is the boss music and it's him in this case. Yeah, I told you, I've done lots of... Well, to be fair, Dark Souls 3, I only played 2017 to 2019. I only played 2 years of that. Like, I didn't play the entire Dark Souls 3 lifetime. While on Elden Ring, yes, I am playing more, but I'm also playing more of the fact that do not necessarily concern gameplay. Ouch. It's just copium, don't worry. Oh my god. Unlucky. Not super confident in those artists there. I think that was too late in the animation, and even if I jumped, I'm sure he would have dodged it. Sorry, I would have frostbitten. Oh. Unlucky. One of the seats missed. Oh. Wonderful spacing. Let's hope that these HPs we're getting with the Crimson and the favor help us in this. But it's adapting more than I normally earn. So I also need to play my cards. Okay, you can see that I'm tired after side going with those artists. Now back swings. Missed. Uh-oh. Ouch. Damn it, I'm missing those jumping attacks and that's not okay. So I'll do this, I'll do the challenge with the chat. And also I'll get off. So it's this challenge and another one. It has been a wonderful stream so far though. Like, I'm super happy. Missed. Uh-oh. Damn it. Oh, that could have killed me. I don't do what I did here, because just risk of yourself getting chipped. Oh, nice one. Okay, it's 3-1, isn't it? Asia, I think it's you. Oh. Okay, so it's you then. Be mindful of also reading the challenge to avoid any problems with the rule set. Okay. Ta-dam, ta-dam. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. 3-1, I think that is. Let me check the DMs in case there's something important. Okay. Oops. Damn it. It doesn't look like, but HTS versus PSSS is more about beating your opponent into your range to get them with some unreactable attacks that the jumping one can have. Wow. I could have used that hit. No honesty. East. I think he has learned to strafe them. So props, super props, because adapting in scenarios is one of the most important skills that you need. Woo! Ouch. Okay, 3-2. Let me type the score just so I don't forget. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the respawn is very quick, and only because I'm using a script on CE. Don't think it's because of altering of my SSD. After this run, I think I'll try. Oh no. Oh. I rolled because I didn't see where he was. You know, so I made the mistake of opening the menu at the wrong time. Getting cornered. Yeah, the roll catches and the cold proc are disgusting. Okay, I stopped to roll, so I need to watch out the stuff that I'm doing. Oh, fuck, to be out of it. Let's get some stamina back instead. Didn't want that to happen. Oops. He's minding of the core proc here. Oops. Okay. 3-3. He's going for the reverse sweep. Well, not quite, because I was at 3. I wasn't at 4. So wouldn't it be a reverse sweep on his side? Okay. The thing is, I want to learn with HTS more than I want to play other setups currently. So the best idea here, if I wanted to, would be to play PSGS. But PSGS struggles because of the 68 points limit. But I could play some other stuff if I wanted to. It could be fun to play. But so far, to me, this is a good occasion. A bit slow on that. These hits have been the most important so far that I landed. Because it were those of this sword talisman. Even if it doesn't look like. Should just play an intelligence build, to be fair. I can't watch you now. Sometimes it's a matter of pressure. So if I'm holding pressure, sometimes it's difficult to go for hard swaps. But yeah, that is the ideal, of course. As you can see, I'm swapping between. Unlucky. Okay, that was a good misjudgment. A very good misjudgment of mine there. I think I missed him. Unlucky. Oops. Okay, when that thing doesn't work, it's not the... Maybe I shouldn't continue on it. The reason I do it, and I think if you know me, because I would like to find the flaws of it and improve them. There's also a limit of how much the setup can do. Whereas there's not a limit to... Yes, there is a limit to how much I can do. Okay, jokes aside. I'll do Outbound, where I will humiliate myself. Also, in reality, it's not even about humiliating myself, because the how much I'm tired currently could influence a lot of it. 64. But I don't joke about the part that I'm trying to clutch it or whatever, because in reality, if I only get a miss input, I get 2 L1s. So I need to also watch out for it. Oh, don't worry, Restless. My PSGS is not as strong as the HTS. Don't worry about that. Now, the here is more important than we do. And look what he does. Crosses distance. And I'm almost ready to punish myself for it. Now, that was... very unlucky. I didn't want to swap that. I just wanted to use the... I just wanted to use the other one. I wanted to use the finger. Sorry, I just wanted to use the knife. Let's remind to both chat and myself, so that's why I'm speaking loudly, that he is an invader at most and also mains PSGS. So for him, rolling this is much more easier than it would for me in his case. I don't think that he is going to fall for what I'm trying to bring here. Unlucky. I don't want to give him more HP than that. He only got me with one, that's why. Now here I can do this, as long as I don't switch anything. This is very stupid and inconvenient, so you don't have to do it the way that I am. Like, it's so button free. I even feel a bit sad. I even feel a bit sad for it. Don't worry, don't worry. One year I get the button mage robe again? Never mind. Clean what? This has to go. Yes. No. No. It is 4. It is 4-4. It's not 5-4. I think. Let's pretend it is 4-4. Come on. Let's pretend. Folds. Currently the password is Mira. So you can join this one. This is not my regular password, it's just the one we are currently at. So you can now join if you want. Maybe wait for the duel to finish, so you don't happen in the middle, please. Yeah, all lowercase. Oh, wait, I don't have the physic. I'm sorry. Yeah, all lowercase, Mira. It will only be for this scenario. Wait for the duel to finish, because you never know. It might spawn you close to us. It may fuck up the lockoff for him, so no. Also, yes, you can see I had a moment there where I couldn't get the... Like, normally I would love to go for Braggart, but I am sure I simply wouldn't have the time. I think you could, because like Space Ranger doesn't have a problem. Wonderful raid right there. Oh, these are not allowed. Okay. Oh no. The effects of being tired. Oh no. Uh-oh. I am glad that the input didn't go through, because I'm sure he will have rolled it. He has learned. That's something I love about him. He learns super quickly, and that's a skill you see mostly in invasion. Yeah, that only works in these scenarios. These are very scary movements. Yeah, the perfect read right there. GG's. Okay. But you see how difficult it is even in the entire stat. Like, when somebody gets into that range, it's kind of a BG. Now it will mostly be difficult, and no one will be making the mistake. I wasn't ready to punish it. Uh-oh. Yeah, I think I deserved it, because that was not a attack I should have done. Please, Beauty Talisman! Uh-oh. Oh, now we have a problem. Child, we have a problem now. Yeah, Starpiece is the something I deserve. Yep, deserve it. Damn it, I'm sure I could have anticipated him. GG's Restless. Wonderful set. 5-4, almost a reverse sweep. served. Oh, it's okay. I mean, friends, like you can do ladder matches with such an ease. I lost. Okay. Same. Same. I'm gonna do a last one with folds and I'm gonna get off. Oh, that was wonderful though. GG's Restless.